because someone is a Hebrew person doesn't mean they are from Abraham's lineage, and that's because Abraham himself was from the Hebrew society. He was not the one who started the Hebrew culture, as it were, but it was through him the culture became relevant because of the things God did through him and his generations, who were the central personality of scriptures. Now, this video is for people who want more understanding of the scripture they are reading. Now, because you are a Nigerian doesn't mean you are a Yoruba person automatically. That's the same way all Israelites are not Jewish, but all Jewish are Israelites. It's the same way not all Hebrew people are Israelites. So when you say someone is Hebrew, Hebrew is not just a language, it's a culture, it's an entire race that has tribes, that has ethnic groups and languages and other ways of doing things that are peculiar to them. And it's like someone saying Hausa people is not first a place or location per se. It's a people who have a particular culture, language, food, way of doing things and code. The same way not all Africans are Nigerians. It's the same way not all Hebrew people are Israelites. Now, there was a man called Heber who happens to be the great grandson of Noah. The Hebrew culture was traced to him in Genesis chapter 10 and verse 21 to 25. Now, this video will help your study of scripture, like I said earlier, because, for example, one of the hardest times Joseph would have had after being sold to slavery was the thought that those who sold him were his blood brothers. Like you would have also sat down and think, or to think, if you were sold to that kind of place, that wouldn't it have been better if those who sold you were not your blood brothers? And in fact, all his elder brothers joined in his selling, not even one exemption. Was he that bad as a person? Let me show you further that the people who bought Joseph were also his brothers. Genesis chapter 37 and verse 27 says they sold him to the Ishmaelites. Then when you read verse 28, it said some Midianites pulled him out of the pit. So that narration of the story may be confusing if you don't understand the story very well, which is that they sold him to some Ishmaelite, but the Midianites pulled him out. Now, this is it. An Ishmaelite is from Ishmael, who happens to be the son of Abraham. Then also a Midianite is a descendant of Media. Media was also a son of Abraham. As a matter of fact, he was the fourth son of Keturah, the second wife of Abraham, which he took after Sarah died. Now, so that means if they sold him to Ishmaelites, but the Midianites pulled Joseph out, it means the two groups were probably mixed clans in the same group, but because the Ishmaelites in this narrative were living in the Midianite land, so their disposition also probably looked the same. That means they all spoke the same Hebrew language, but the only different people there were the children of Israel. Now, let me take this a little further. When Moses ran away from Egypt, he went to Media, where he met a priest of Media called Jethro. Apparently, Moses married a Midianite called Zipporah, a Midianite, right? A Midianite may not be an Israelite, but a Midianite is from